Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm KHOU 11 Meteorologist Pat Cavlin here with a look at your forecast, an extended look that we do here every evening on KHOU 11 Plus. The good news is that weather's pretty quiet now. The bad news is that we're all back to work and back to school. So bad timing here, unfortunately, with the weather. Hopefully we can get it right one of these weeks, but rain chances are pretty close to zero now going forward, and we even get a little bit of a drop in humidity, but I'll tell you why that's a bit of a catch-22, a double-edged sword, if you will, here in just a minute. Beautiful shot here this evening, though, from the Med Center. Temperatures today in the books, pretty much exactly where we should be this time of year. 93 just before 3 o'clock this afternoon, your sunset tonight. At 7:42, getting earlier and earlier and earlier every night as we now start to get closer and closer to the fall equinox. All right. Next few days look like this. Sunny, hot, dry. That's the bottom line. More good news, the tropics are quiet for right now. We will have to keep an eye on a wave that starts to move closer to the U.S. by next week, but for now, things are pretty much quiet as they can be as we get towards the peak of the season. The bad news, I hate that I saved this for last, but the bad news is that the sunny, nice, beautiful weather we got now, yeah, it's gone by the weekend as rain chances return. Death, taxes, and rain chances in southeast Texas. That's how things have been the last few weeks. Rain totals the last 5 days. Pretty impressive here across Harris County. On average, 3 to 6 inches of rain, but notice this bullseye here, southeast side of the city, over 8 inches of rain over the last 5 days. These are radar estimates, but still, I mean, we had the flooding in Harris County during the day on Saturday, or rather Sunday, and I hope, thankfully we don't have any more of that in the forecast for now, but still some really saturated ground out there, and it wasn't just Harris County. We had areas up towards the Conroe, over 6.5 inches of rain. So yeah, some really healthy totals for a good part of the area. Great news in terms of keeping drought away. Of course, a little bit of too much all at once, also not a good thing. Through the overnight though, we're quiet, we're dry right now. We'll see a few clouds, seasonable temperatures in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, this weak cold front, I don't want to call it a cold front, this weak boundary comes through the area, and that is what will help to reinforce our drier conditions and will bring us a drop in humidity for Wednesday, and especially as we get into Thursday. So we're sunny, hot, and dry Wednesday. High pressure comes in behind that. I don't think we see a cloud in the sky on Thursday. The caveat, though, is that with lower humidity, we get higher temperatures. Think of the desert, right? How hot it is in the desert. It's very dry, but you get these crazy high temperatures. It's the same principle. Drier air just heats up so much faster than air that has a lot of moisture. So all the dark green on the map, which indicates the high humidity, that's gone. And lower humidity, drier air comes in all the way from the desert and from West Texas. Now, we don't see the same dry air that they're going to get out in the desert and West Texas, but our air will feel a lot better by the time we get to Thursday afternoon. Rain chances for tomorrow, we put them at 10%. The reason why is that as that boundary pushes through, we can't rule out maybe 1 or 2 showers popping up. I think it's overdone here on the model. I think it'll be the exception, not the rule, if you see a stray shower. I don't even think it'll be a thunderstorm. It'll just be a passing shower chance, and then it's gone. Once we get to Thursday, though, not a cloud in the sky, not a drop of rain in the forecast, and again, much, much lower humidity, but that comes with higher temperatures as well. I think upper 90s, not out of the question. Now we jump over to the Pacific. Why do we do this? Because, believe it or not, this is going to be the source for our weekend rain chance. And it is right now a tropical storm Lorena here, winds at 50 miles an hour. This is different. Remember, we always talk about the Atlantic being different than the Eastern Pacific in terms of tropics. Yeah, there's still tropical storms and hurricanes out here, but it's a fully different list than what we deal with here in the Atlantic. Still though, sometimes systems from the Eastern Pacific can influence our weather. Why is that? Well, Lorena is expected to move north here the next few days and then hook towards the north and east as we get into the weekend and the start of next week. Here it is on Future Track. By Friday, Lorena makes landfall here along the Baja Peninsula of California. From there, all of that moisture gets pushed over into our neck of the woods. And once that moisture arrives in Texas and interacts then with a cold front that's moving across the eastern part of the U.S., we're going to wring that moisture out of the atmosphere and you get more rain across the state. And the timing is just crummy. It's back for the weekend again. Now, the good news is that I think the first half of the weekend, Saturday, looks okay. So we're dry here the next few days. Saturday, 30% isolated rain chance. That's the day to do things outside. Only an isolated chance for a couple of storms Saturday. By Sunday, though, we're close to the widespread rain chance here across the area. That will likely stick around as we get into Monday as well. On our side of the globe, in the tropics, we're still watching this tropical wave here. Now to the south of the Cabo Verde Islands here, high chance of developing in the next 7 days. We've been talking about this now for a couple of days. And I had said, probably since the weekend, I've been saying, look, I think this is actually going to develop. We're going to see this get to high odds for development. Here we are. So sometime over the next 3 to 7 days in this area, we will see development from this wave. And then the question is, where will it go? So let's switch over to future track. High pressure to the north is going to continue to push this wave to the west. The question becomes, how strong is that wave? And does that wave move a little, how strong is the high? And does that high move a little farther to the west? Because if that high stays strong and it pushes farther west, it's going to keep this thing south. And notice the models today, if you've been following along since the weekend, they do have this wave farther south than where it's been. So by this time next week, next Tuesday, it's a slow mover. It'll just be getting towards the Antilles, but it will be organized. And so that will be a spot for us to watch, because the question will become, does that wave hook to the north and thread the needle between the East Coast and Bermuda like Hurricane Erin did a month ago? Or does it keep going west, maybe impacting the Antilles, going through the Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas? Does it maybe impact the U.S.? Does it go into the Gulf? Those are questions that we don't have the answers to yet, just because, we have to look 2-3 weeks down the line. The models don't go out that far. But what we can tell you is, because of this location, we're going to have to keep a close eye on it, because those different possibilities are all on the table for us. So again, we got about 2 weeks to watch this, but that'll be the next system for us to keep an eye on. All right, if you're traveling tomorrow, wait for them to populate. There we go. Across the Northeast, weather looks beautiful. It has just been one beautiful day after another here in the Northeast. From New England down to the Mid-Atlantic, temperatures in the 70s to 80s. Same deal back across the Great Lakes with mainly sunny skies. In the Southeast, if you're traveling, 90 degrees for New Orleans, 90s for Tallahassee, Tampa, upper 80s with storms down towards Miami. Atlanta may catch a stray afternoon storm chance with temperatures in the mid-80s as well. Across our state, temperatures in the 90s from Amarillo to El Paso, Brownsville, Houston. Everyone enjoying the heat. We will see lower humidity and drier conditions, though, with sunshine for West Texas and the high plains. And we start to transition to that lower humidity as well. Farther north, beautiful and cool weather. In fact, kind of chilly for Minneapolis, Bismarck, up towards Green Bay with temperatures only in the 60s. A mix of sunny clouds from Minneapolis, and then showers and storms up towards Green Bay, down to Chicago. A little bit warmer for Springfield, St. Louis, and Garden City, Kansas, with temperatures in the 80s and 90s. Farther west, beautiful weather from San Francisco to LA, low 80s with sunshine. Hot still in Phoenix, 105 with a mix of sunshine and clouds. Couple storms possible up towards Flagstaff. Vegas looks good at 92. Beautiful weather in Denver, upper 80s, and then low 90s up towards Salt Lake City. And then finally, look at this, Pacific Northwest, Medford, Oregon, 100 degrees tomorrow. Mix of sun and clouds, maybe a shower chance in Portland. Seattle comes in with nice weather, 82 with mainly sunny skies. And hot conditions spread from Medford into the Intermountain West to Spokane, Idaho, with temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. Here at home tonight, temperatures into the mid 70s with a couple of clouds. Tomorrow, 95 degrees, a lot of sunshine on the way. And again, a drop in humidity. You're really going to notice that drop in humidity for tomorrow and for Thursday. Again, for the afternoon, it's still hot, but we take the edge off the heat with the lower humidity. Tons of sunshine on the way. Slightly cooler overnight temperatures in the low 70s as well. By the weekend, though, those shower and storm chances are returning. Again, Saturday is the drier half of the weekend. That's the day to make any plans. Temperatures in the mid-90s with just an isolated storm chance. Higher rain chances, though, return as we get into Sunday and Monday. 70 and 60% rain chances, respectively. That'll keep temperatures a little bit cooler as well. High temperatures, upper 80s to around 90. Nice weather may stick around as we get into next Tuesday with sunshine and high temperatures near 90. That's a look at your forecast coming up at on the KHOU 11 News at 10 o'clock tonight. We'll have another look, an updated look at the forecast and the tropics. We hope to see you there. Have a good night.